Tell us about this amazing book, Be You.
So this is a book written by Dr. Senka Holzer, and it really encapsulates everything that we're trying to accomplish with this work. It's about the core and acquired values. There's a few exercises in there to help you start to uncover those, but really want you to get familiar with the idea that we all have two sets of values, and they come out in different ways. And our beliefs about those values are really important in how we show up every day.
You know, there's a chapter, chapter 5, I really like. Our immediate influencers, family and close friends. I relate to that because I always say, you know, here we are working in television and everything, and we have producers and executive producers. And I always say that my executive producers are my parents. They produced me. They're the executives, the executive producers. Tell us a little about, you know, what people can experience when they read this. And is there anything from the book that speaks to you that you wanted to share?
You know, the biggest thing for me is really the idea that we do have values that are inside of every one of us, that they're core to us. And that's why this work speaks to me. And you really have to dig a little bit to get there. Again, sometimes when we're developing, we start to acquire values and they get mixed in with the core values. And so they're hard to identify.
Yeah.
But once you figure out that this really isn't serving me, this value isn't really true for me, and it's starting to cause stress in my life, then you have the power to make choices, right?
Yeah. It's incredible. And I love the title, Be You, the Science of Becoming the Self You Were Born to Be. The science of becoming the self you were born to be. Sometimes we just assume it's an automatic, but it's a process, right?
Well, all coaching is based on psychological analysis, right? The humanistic psychology that was developed. And this book just takes it another step further. We've got self-determination theory that's referenced here in those 3 needs I mentioned, and how we build on that to really go forward in our life, and in what ways it starts to sort of get corrupted and not really serve us the way that we think it should.
Mm. Is there an importance between core and acquired that is more valuable? Are the core values more important than the acquired? Are they the ones that you really should never lose sight of, and always you may acquire, and then again that could enhance life and it can do a lot of different things, spice things up, but never lose sight of the core, your, not the world's, but your core values? Should we place emphasis first, start with the core, and then add in the acquired?
Yeah, you in order to be really fulfilled, in order to meet your unique brand of autonomy, competence, and connectedness, you have to act out of your core values. Now, it's not going to hurt you if you act out of acquired values to some degree. It's when it does start to hurt you, right? When you start to feel that stress. For me, I know when my security value's been triggered because I feel the tightness in my chest.
Yeah.
I start to get a little obsessive, right? And I hear things come out of my mouth and I'm like, what am I saying?
Yeah, right.
And so those are triggers that I've started to notice, okay, you need to stop and reflect. What place are you coming from here? Is this really what matters to you? Is this coming out of your innate values, or is this coming from things that you think?
Exactly, that you've sort of maybe even created that might not even exist.
Yeah, you've made up a whole scenario that's not even real.
It's not even real. We tend to do that a lot,
we
don't
do
we?
That. Yes.
And that just adds to the panic and the shock and awe and fear.
Correct.
Yeah, that's amazing.
But you really want to tap back into what's really important to you. And again, it's okay if you need to act out of an acquired value.
Yeah.
You really just want to, being aware is the first step. Okay,
awareness.
This is my acquired value, and it's going to serve me to this point, and I'm okay with that. If I get any further down the road, I need to reevaluate. I need to see if that's serving me or if I need to come back to my core value.